Most people don't stop sending newsletters because they're running out of ideas. They stop because they never created a structure for their emails in the first place, right? So, without a simple system for what to send and when to send it, every newsletter, well, it starts feeling like you're starting over every time. And when every email feels like starting over, consistency disappears. If you have an email list, but you find yourself sending emails occasionally or only when you have something to promote, you're not alone, all right? It's pretty common. A lot of solopreneurs assume the problem is writing, right? They're like, I'm just not a good writer. But the real problem is usually planning. Because once you understand how to organize your newsletters into a simple system, sending emails becomes much easier and far more consistent. I'm proof of that. First, why most newsletters stop. Most begin with good intentions. I've never known anyone that's working to grow, and build their email list with an intention of never emailing those subscribers. That's not why we build it, right? Of course not. They start an email list, they create a freebie, they even send a few emails, but then something happens. They open a blank email and they think, oh, what should I send this week? There's no clear structure. So that decision has to be made every single time. And eventually, well, the weekly question becomes overwhelming. It becomes something you dread. So the emails slow down, they become sporadic, often completely stop. The issue usually isn't creativity or lack thereof. The issue is structure. Because when you have a simple framework for your newsletter, you're no longer trying to invent something brand new every single week. All right. Instead, you're simply continuing a plan that you've already created. And this is exactly why I recommend organizing newsletters in small content series. So instead of thinking about newsletters one at a time, right? Just one, I want you to think about them in groups, one topic, and then maybe broken down into, we'll say, 5 related emails. So each email builds on the one before it. Now, when you do this, something interesting happens. You stop asking yourself what to send because you already have made that decision. You've already decided. You simply move to the next email in the series. Planning newsletters as a short series, it does a few important things. First, it removes the weekly decision fatigue. Second, it helps your readers follow along and learn from you over time. Third, it makes batching your newsletters so much easier. I mean, you can outline several weeks of emails in one short planning session. And you can do this instead of trying to create something new, like we've mentioned, every single week. Now, if you'd like a simple way to plan your own newsletter series, I actually created a free weekly newsletter system checklist. All right. It's going to walk you through the exact steps for outlining your first 5 emails. I'm going to drop the link in the description below. It's a simple one-page guide that will help you choose your topic, outline your series, and start building a repeatable newsletter system. Now, before we finish this video, though, there's one more shift that I want you to think about. Your newsletter doesn't need to be complicated, okay? Please don't complicate it. It just needs to be consistent. And consistency becomes much easier when you stop treating every email like a brand new project and you start treating your newsletter like a system, all right? That's exactly why we are going to build this 5-part series, okay? That's what we're going to do inside this series. Now, in the next video, I am going to show you how to plan 5 weeks of newsletters in one sitting in a way so that you always know what to send next. So if sending newsletters has ever felt overwhelming, this next video, this next lesson is going to make things much simpler. So go ahead and watch it. Should be popping up here on your screen. If not, you're just early, all right? Because I publish a new episode every Monday. While you're here, be sure and grab the weekly newsletter system checklist. Like I said, I'll drop the link below. And I'll see you in the next video.